a story that has popped up, and if you follow X and social media, it was quite the rage over the weekend. Chantelle Baker is, what would you call Chantelle? You'd call her a social media influencer, conservative social media influencer. Her dad, Leah Baker, has had a crack at politics in a conservative way. But I was interested in some postings from Chantelle Baker over the weekend showing a road rage incident in Rangiora. But let's just go straight to Chantelle and we'll pick up the story there. Chantelle, good morning. Welcome to the platform. Nice to have you with us.
Morning, Sean. Thanks for having me.
All right. Fear and loathing in Rangiora. How did this all start?
Yeah, so it started, I was actually just having a snack in the car because I'm still feeding my bubs and I was hungry. And I go through an intersection. It's a merging lane. You've got two sets of cars on either side of the merging lane. And a lady beside me was in a grey sedan, and she looked like she wanted to get ahead of me, even though it was technically I should have merged in front of her, but then she was trying to rev and get in front. And so I just slowed down slightly, let her go in front. I thought, I'm not going to try and do a neck-to-neck battle. I don't care. Let her go in front, and behind me I saw that a blue car and an SUV ended up going neck-to-neck once the merging lane ended. They kind of had a bit of a jostle, if you will, and then the SUV ended up braking, even though it would have been his right-of-way, and tooted at the blue car.
People were not merging like a zip by the sounds of it.
No, they were not having a good time. So that all happened. It happened quite quickly. Didn't think much of it, obviously. We're all going the speed limit after that, and this was, straight after the merge lane. The blue car decided to tailgate me extremely closely. We're talking less than 2 metres. I was in a borrowed car when mine's getting fixed, and I decided to slow down to around 40 k's because they were following me that closely that it was not safe by any means, and I had my son in the back seat. So slow down to 40, keep going. We've only got a couple of 100 metres. These people, I look in my rear vision mirror, they're screaming and throwing hands in the air, and I just laughed. So I thought, this is ridiculous. I don't actually understand what you're mad about. Next minute, I hear something. I see an arm go out the window, and what looks like a rock gets thrown at the car. And I hear it hit the car, and I look up in shock, and these people have thrown the thing at the car and then instantly turned left down a different road so that they could essentially just throw the item, and I couldn't get the license.
And run away,
And run away. I know Rangiora well, and I thought if they're silly enough to keep heading north, if I just go straight and take the next left, I might actually pop out behind them somewhere, and I might actually see the car and get a license. So I do that. Sure enough, they got stuck by another car, popped out in front of me. There's 2 roundabouts ahead, and I thought if there's enough traffic, they'll get slowed down, and I might actually get their license. That happened. There was quite a lot of traffic, but
so you got their number plate. Sorry, you got their number plate.
No, I didn't. I didn't get close enough to get their license plate.
Okay.
I didn't get close enough to get their license plate at that point, but I thought that they'd get slowed down and maybe.
So what did they do? They jumped out of their car and came at you.
Yeah. So essentially, they pulled left into a car park. Just off the road. I pulled left, and as soon as I'd stopped, they ran instantly at the car. So I didn't speak to them, nothing like that. I didn't beep at them, nothing like that. They just instantly ran. But
you had your phone out because you were going to take their license plate, right?
Yeah, so I grabbed my phone and put it just on normal video record because I thought they'd be safer than trying to stop.
And the picture you posted was one of these women, there were 2 women, jumping up on the car and smashing the windscreen with their feet, right?
Yeah, stomping on the windscreen.
And you're in there with your baby, right?
Yes.
That must have been quite scary, Chantelle.
Yeah, it was. I think I've been conditioned to kind of dealing with scary situations over the last couple of years, though. And so all I was thinking is, how do I get out of this as quickly as possible? And I'm not a fighter. I'm not there to throw punches.
Yeah.
So I was just really focused on trying to get my baby out of there. And I don't think it was until I actually got to the police station, the new one, because all this happened in the car park of our old police station and our main street in town. But yeah, it wasn't until I got there that I realised that I was like,
so you drove to the police station after the attack?
I drove straight to the police station, yeah. So it's been moved.
Have you laid a complaint? I understand the people have been identified. Has any action been taken against them?
Yes, so I heard from the police last night. They've tracked it all down. They've got lots of video footage. Being the old police station, they've actually got footage from that direct outside the theatre at the theatre police station. So they've got the ladies, they've got all the footage. They've asked them to come in and speak with them. As of yet, I think they've asked them a couple of times. Their people haven't wanted to show themselves yet, but we think it's just a matter of time, and they definitely will. They've now got a lawyer, so everything's happening the right way, which is great.
Yeah. Now, Chantelle, normally this would just be another road rage incident. It wouldn't warrant an interview on the platform, to be honest, but it was you, and you have some notoriety. And I was amazed to note on social media, particularly from a guy called Kelvin Morgan, the suggestion that this was a setup and you were doing this for publicity and the video was not genuine. And that's really why I wanted to talk to you today. That seemed a particularly nasty, childish and petty claim to be made by people who don't like you on social media.
The people who don't like me say they hate conspiracy theorists, but they've made so many conspiracies about me over the last few years that I actually can't keep up.